Hello, everybody. My name's Ardendris, and welcome back to the DBC series we just started up yesterday. Basically, we haven't done much, just gone over some of the basics of what we're getting up to in the series, like how some things worked, found Goku's house, moved in, did some basic Minecraft stuff. Other than that, I showcased the two concentration and air boxing, and used the Shadow Dummy and a Slash Blade to get about 500 combined TP points last episode. I think closer to 600 with the other stuff we spent and got points from. So I basically started off with a little boost to the starting stats. Other than that, more or less untouched. I'm going to avoid using this stuff too much. Today, we're just going to be showcasing a little bit more. I get a little bit more TP, I can up my fly skill, which I bought at the end of last time, so now we have very basic flights. And we're going to have to make that a bit better as we go. Also, that Sabertooth, of course the Sabertooth just despawned as I went to go fight it. And it spawned after I hit end recording last time. Like, maybe 30 seconds after I ended the first video. So I didn't get a chance to fight it on camera. And so I was going to fight it at the beginning of this episode, and of course it disappeared as soon as I went to go towards it. Because why wouldn't it? But anyways, today, basically going to continue on with some training stuff, showcasing how to get a little bit stronger, and I think we're going to be starting up at least the first couple things of the story mode. Now, I don't actually remember how far we'll be able to get in the story mode without some boost to our skills. But I need to beat up a couple more cows. That's the first time I get leather. Wait, no it's not. That is not the first time I got leather. I already made a backpack. Huh? Oh yeah, this version you can't get the leather thing without without getting a wooden sword. That's right. I forgot just how much the achievement system was different from the advancement system. Anyways, I'm just gonna beat up a couple more cows. And you know what? I should probably head back to the lookout in just a moment so that I can go get another senzu bean from the cat who I don't remember the name of. Corin? I think it's Corin. Get over here, cow. There we go. I already marked this place as Goku. Let's go over to Kame's place. And I forgot I had to do that. Fly! And then it's shift to go down. Hello, cat friends. I don't think I need turbo mode on anymore. Drop out of flight. Hello, Corin. Thank you for the senzu bean. Any skills I care about? Jumps, a jump is kind of not worth it if you have flight, if I remember correctly. I think that ups my jump height from 2 blocks at starting to 3. Or when it maxes out, maybe 10. I don't remember. It's not that good when you can fly. But anyways, let's take a look at the start of the mission tree, shall we? The saga system. Starting with the Emperor Pilaf Saga. Welcome to Dragon Block C. This is an alternative story based on the Dragon Ball universe, so while it might resemble parts of the original story, it is completely different. Because this is your story. You feel an unpleasant energy. Are you prepared for this? Let's go. Bulma and the Dragon Balls. You've met Bulma, a young girl who is looking to gather all the Dragon Balls. She has a radar which points towards the sea. Explore the ocean until you find someone who has one. Talk to Muten Roshi. I forgot that the first mission actually had us go to Roshi House, or Kame House, or whatever it is. And it's somewhere in the ocean, wherever the nearest ocean might be. It looks like that's probably the nearest ocean, so let's head back over to Goku. And I guess I'm gonna start flying around, and hopefully it doesn't take me too long to find this structure. Not a Roshi house, but still kind of cool. Found a village. I'd considered adding in custom NPCs to the mod pack, but I decided against it because I don't end up using it a bunch of the time. Although I did make one minor change to the mod pack in that I added in Ancient Warfare. Basically because Actually, that is an Ancient Warfare structure, which is why I bring it up. And also, I think this village is spawned in from Ancient Warfare in this specific design. But basically, Ancient Warfare will just give us a little bit more to fill out the world. It's not going to be like actual challenges, but it will just give us some like basic resources. Don't have to worry too much about finding stuff. And I don't think there's much in here that, yeah, basically a little bit of iron, a little bit of redstone, grab out food. No, let's grab all this stuff. I might come up with a use for some of it. Except for the wheat, I don't care about that, and I don't really care about horse armor. So, it might be useful. It's kind of just like to fill the world out a little bit better. It's nothing major. Although there were a couple other mods I was considering adding in, but I'm not sure if I'm going to. Mostly, I was thinking about adding in the Parsi Star Wars mod and the Advanced Lightsaber mod, just because we're going to be going to alien planets already, and those are some kind of cool mods in 1.7.10. And basically just a little bit more, and depending on which skills we pick up from the DBC mod, there's a bit of synergy we could use. I think something was happening there. It sounded like fire of some sort, but I have no idea what it was. So I was considering adding them in, and I might still, especially if I'm just starting up now. Well, the Parsies mod, I don't think spawns much in the real world. You have to build a spaceship to go to other dimensions to interact with its stuff anyways. And Ancient Warfare's things are, I think, specific biomes that I haven't found yet. Or they'll just spawn wherever I can find them. They might be fun things to add in just for a little bit more. It just depends on how long the main series goes. Because this, much like our other last couple of Minecraft series, is basically just supposed to be a short thing to put a little bit of a break in between the massive amount of Persona 5 we have going. So, I don't know. I'm still thinking about them. If you have an opinion one way or the other, leave them down below. I'm still hunting for a very specific house. Hold on, that's an important biome. Hello, rocky biome. This place is very important. We're going to need it for specific story missions. And this place will spawn in a whole bunch of dinos and saber-tooths, so I think are classified as dinos for the purposes of this mod. Your attack range is a little bit longer than I would have liked. I think I'll still beat you at 5%, though it's scary. You know what? You're too dangerous to take lightly. Ah, no, Dino Meat. Dino Meat is very important. It is the second best... Or technically there's Dino Meat and then Big Dino Meat. Big Dino Meat is the second best food thing in the entire mod behind the Senzu Bean. Because this thing is a full heal, both health, energy, stamina, and hunger. Big Dino Meat is number 2, and regular Dino Meat is number 3. Definitely want to get my hands on some of the stuff. Plus, I'm going to need to gather some of it for a mission anyways. Ow. I forgot how much dinos hurt. Anyways, I'm going to mark this place for Rocky. And then I'm going to keep exploring. Not enough key to transform instantly. Cost 106. Huh? Oh, yeah, hold on. There's the moon. Since I'm a half Saiyan, I can do a thing by looking at the moon. I almost forgot about this. Do I have to shift click? Shift click. Monkey. I don't think there's a real reason for doing this. I don't have one, at least. I don't have the ability to go Super Saiyan, so I can't go Super Monkey right now. But I am Big Monkey. Let's see. What is the purpose of this? Oh, yeah, it's like a 20 points boost to all of these. 30% boost to Constitution. Oozaru form, that's what it's called. I think the main purpose of this thing is to help unlock Super Saiyan 4, because I think you need to have entered Oozaru at least once to do so. But big monkey. How do I de-transform? I don't really need to be in this mode right now. Also, this is important stuff. Oozaru crystals or whatever. Where and you're used for different armor pieces, space pods, and a few other things. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be gathering some of that stuff when I see it. Anyways, I need to find the keybind to not be monkey anymore. And... rude. Rude. Anyways, I need to find the keybind, and then I'm getting back to exploration. Sorry if you heard the cat jingles. Okay, I have yet to find Kame's house, and I kind of went a little bit away from the ocean I was exploring, because I got a pop-up in chat saying that the Celerina had been found. So I used the /DBC, I believe it's locations, or locate, it's one or the other. Oh, I accidentally put in an extra dash and it still worked there, so I guess it's up to you. But anyways, Kame House is yet to be explored. It can be found in any ocean. But Celerina, it's at basically a couple hundred blocks that way, if I remember correctly. But I saw another one of these like little stone box things. It had some stuff in it. But there is a giant castle here I want to clear out. Plus, there was a little cave system with a little bit more iron and a couple more of those Waranite crystals to pick up. But I wanna beat up this castle. There's gonna be a lot of opponents in here. Plus, it has a decent chunk of chest, even if the chests don't have anything super important in them. But there is another thing on the stat page I forgot to mention. I believe it's under 4. Yeah, Form. Base Mastery Level 4.11. This is something I forgot about. Every form has a mastery level, and once you hit certain points, you'll get extra boosts. I believe for base form, if you hit 50, yeah, when you hit 50 base mastery level, I believe you get 5 extra points in con and strength and dex. I think it's 5 extra points in all 3 of these stats, if I remember correctly. It's something pretty good like that. And then for more or less every other form, I believe it's ups your strength boost a little bit and makes it a little bit easier to maintain for long amounts of time. I don't quite remember all the boosts, but it is very good to get up. And the best way to get that up is to fight in that form. So every time we hit or get hit while we're sitting in base form, we actually have a chance, or I don't remember if it's a chance or if every punch and every hit you take is a guaranteed like 0.1 or whatever. And the more hits we take and the more hits we give, the more that goes up and the better our boosts are. But anyways, I'm going to go up to 50% just because... I mean, I could probably take on this place at a lower percentage, but it's going to get a bit annoying. Because there's a lot of archers. I missed. There we go. Way too many archers to do this on foot and without any of my power-up abilities. Go away. Oh yeah, there's also a couple of gold blocks in here. I'm going to have to make an iron pickaxe real quick. That everyone up on the walls? Minus you. You should have stayed in hiding, friend. Whee! I'm so fast even without turbo mode right now. Where are you? Get over here. Honestly, I'm a little too fast. I don't believe any of these chests have anything super important. Oh, I'm still in turbo mode. I meant to exit out of it a moment ago. I'm pressing every wrong button. There we go. There we go. Thank you for the diamond sword. Might as well use that. It is better. And actually, this place was going to be filled with a decent chunk of like basic resources. Definitely going to be worth it to collect at least some of it. Everything on this floor, I think. Yep, it looks like it. Definitely hear the rest of them somewheres. Oh, I apparently missed a couple chests. Sure, and sure. Bottom floor. We're gonna have a lot of the same stuff in like these little rooms. But all the good stuff is going to be in the hidden room in the main hall. All the good stuff, whole bunch of bread actually. Might kill some of these animals for food in a minute. Thank you for the diamond sword. Let's see, a bunch of coal, some sticks, and iron. Don't really... Iron pickaxe, I forgot it just gave you one of those for free. Is that everyone? There you are. Ha! You should have stayed in hiding, friend. I think that's everyone in the dungeon taken care of. Let's head inside, or you can get stuck on the door. Gold block for me. And then there's a second little lever here. I thought it was 2 gold blocks. Maybe there's one more upstairs. And thus, to the victor goes the spoils, which is probably going to be a little bit of junk. You can keep all these bows. I probably have way more buckets than I'm actually going to need at this point. I doubt there's anything that I'm super going to care about. Basically, this is just a better way to get some food. Just a little bit of training, a little bit of food, and some other basic resources I might get my hands on. I don't even really care about the enchanting books, and I'm still grabbing them. I definitely don't care about the name tags, but here we are. Anyways, this is probably it for good stuff. Nothing else of great import. Maybe I think the best thing we could get would be a notch apple. But even that's not super important in this mod. We have these things, which are just like 10 times better. And I don't think we really care about strength and the like. But yeah, definitely did not have any mods in this pack that actually care about what I might get out of these chests. Yeah, this really just does exist to fill out the world a little bit more. I think that's the only reason this mod is in. Oh, well, I suppose that's as good a reason as any. Is there really only the 1 gold block? I thought there were 2. Guess not. Anyways, with this place cleared out, drop back down to 5%. And I'm gonna fly over to Cell Arena real quick so that we can see it and then get back to hunting. Where is Kame House? And here we have Cell Arena. This place is... It's nothing major to look at. It is just a giant fighting arena, basically. Village over there and a whole bunch of things on my tail. You're probably strong enough to warrant me going a little bit more powerful to take you on. Cell right there is a trainer, just like Goku and Gohan are. The only difference in he only trades with you if you're evil. He only trains, not trades, blap. Which I believe you start as good, so I can't talk to you. Don't stand in my way if you care for your health, so get lost or I'll kill you. Basically. So yeah, bit of a rude customer right there. Which tracks, because I'm fairly certain he's a villain. Yeah. Anyways, go back down to 5% now that the more dangerous enemies nearby are dead. Wow, my cat is being very noisy today. So many jingles. Anyways, what's up with this village? Does it have a blacksmith? Do I care if it does? I'll still empty the blacksmith. I don't really care, though. There's really nothing that interesting I can even get out of these. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. A little bit of gold and a little bit of obsidian. I'll put on the iron armor, then I'll immediately hide it, and it will break in about 5 minutes. I apparently hit the wrong button, and it wasn't hiding. Oh well, I forgot to mark Cell Arena. I'm still gonna mark this place. This place is just like a good place to fight, basically. It's a wide open area. I don't have to build anything. It just sort of exists. Although I think it does have some weird glitches where anything you try to spawn will actually spawn under the arena and it becomes an issue. I might end up building an arena to fight some of the later enemies in at some point. Go kindly right away. You are doing a lot less damage than I thought you would. The thing with Grimoire Gyres is every enemy has, like, guaranteed damage done, if I remember correctly. Like, they'll always be able to do a couple of points of damage, no matter what your armor is. I think it's different for every Grimoire enemy, but I don't remember what it is. Anyways, I'll mark this as Cell. And I'm back to my Kame hunt. Please happen soon. Okay, I'm still flying around. Thought of something that might actually speed this up a little bit. Or if not speed it up, make it a little bit more efficient. I'm gonna level up fly skill. I have enough TP. Do I go up to level 4? Or do I save my mind for something else? Yeah, we're gonna go to fly level 4. Fly, I think, is something that I'm going to want it to hit level 10 at some point anyway, just because it's very nice to have. I'm not entirely sure what level 4 gives us as far as cost and speed goes. I don't know if I feel any faster, but it does look like we're keeping our key a little bit better. It seems like every like regen tick, I'm going from yeah, I'm losing 1 every regen tick. Like, I'll start at 140, it will go down, and when I regen, I'll be at 139. Whereas before, I think I was losing 5 or something like that in the amount of time it took me to regen. I have no idea if I actually properly just said what I wanted to say, but it's more cost-effective key-wise. If I get a couple more levels, I think it might become not free, but a lot easier to maintain for long distances. So, just that is a pretty big upgrade. A few more levels will be very nice to have. This is my, 5th village on the day, and still no Kame house. I've been on the coastline this entire time, basically, except for when I went looking for Celerina. Time to clear out another thing. And it just continues to be the same stuff over and over again that we don't actually need. I probably don't even need to go out of my way to clear these out anymore. Anyways, eventually I will find this place. It's pretty important that we find it before anything else. Aha, finally! Kami House has been found. I just need to actually find it on the map, and to do that, I'm just going to use our friend DBC Locate. It is at 857, negative 843. So yeah, basically, oh, yeah, right there. Along the way, I found this place and another village. This place is basically a little friendly ancient warfare camp. Inside, it just has a whole bunch of chests with a whole bunch of food in them. I just robbed the place and kept going. It wasn't that important. But now we got a decent more food, and we finally found Kami House. Yay! Also, real world. Along the way while I was traveling, I got distracted and had to pause for a minute because, like, a hawk or a falcon, I could never tell the two apart. I always forget how to tell the two apart. But either way, it landed on a branch right outside my window, and I thought it was very cool and had to get a picture. But anyways, here we are, Kami House. Oh yeah, and at one point I upgraded my iron backpack. I upgraded my backpack into an iron one. I don't remember if I ever mentioned that. But it happened. Anyways, I should make a bed. I need to gather wool so I can actually sleep some of these nights through. Hello, Hello, Master Mutan Roshi. Hello, thank you for finding my turtle. Here, use this present as you please. Huh? I'm sure it's a story thing I don't know. And why do we do what we do? We found Kami House, which means we get to say, oh, we do it to protect, we do it for ourselves, or we do it for the sake of evil. Good, bad, neutral. Basically how it goes. I think you more or less always want to be good, unless you're specifically going for some of the evil things you can get, such as the Majin Mark and just like getting some abilities and stuff from the evil trainers like Cell. We're gonna go to Protect, because I think there's more things for good characters. Thanks for the Flying Nimbus, I already have one. Do you have a bed I can steal real quick? Not in the closets. Hold on, you have a bedroom upstairs, don't you? Aha, bed. I'm probably gonna steal this when we leave. Actually, when we leave, no, I'm gonna steal it now. Anyways, now we found we found Muten Roshi, blah, words are name, words are names. Oh my goodness. Words are hard. Master Roshi. Cool. On your island, we can now do the next thing. Oh yeah, doing these also gives you a couple of TP points. The further into the story you go, the more TP you get, but it's still not great in comparison to training rewards. Anyways, a desert bandit. Yamcha appears out of nowhere and attacks you. Defeat him. Be in Overworld and kill Yamcha. I'm going to destroy the island if I fight on here. But you know what? It's fine. Actually, I don't remember if this Yamcha can destroy the island. One of them can. You fight Yamcha a couple of times, and it's a slightly different fight every time. We're just gonna go for it. Kill Yamcha. Yeah, we have 5 extra strength points from our starting, which helped us out there. It still wasn't an easy fight, not doing anything. Just eat up, go back up to full. I forgot if I hold right click, I can block, and that will actually take away some of the damage I would take. But 54 TP, I fight to protect. Up to 84, so it's 30 at this point. That's pretty nice. Next up, the Pilaf gang. After traveling for some time, you spot 3 people who are interested in stealing Dragon Balls from others. Defeat them. Mai, Shu, and Pilaf. I don't think these 3 are very tough. Let's show them. We'll show you. Don't stand in our way. All right, everyone, gear up. Keep pressing the wrong button. Hey, you were just a kid. What? Oh yeah, I forgot Yamcha said a thing too. 114 rather, goes up to 159. The rewards for that are better than I remember them being, actually. That's actually a pretty decent chunk. I'm gonna put 5 points into dexterity, I think. Just use up some of them. Get a little bit faster, a little bit more defense. That'll do for right now. What's next? They bring up powerful robots to defeat you. I don't really know what happens in the story here. I just know what happens in game. I'm very curious about what this is like in universe. Anyways, oh, we have these giant mechs to fight now, which are much more of a handful than just like the base forms they're based off of. Ow, and also your attack reach is pretty long. I'm just going to swim underwater for a moment. Can I give you weakness? Go into, yeah, Turbo mode for a moment, eat up, and then I should be able to take on Pilaf as well. Where'd you go? Ah, you're underwater. Gotcha. Turn off that mode. But I'm Pilaf. Yeah, this group ain't scary. Maybe this group is a bigger threat in the series and later on, but right now they exist. I mean, I suppose we need to have our weak starting foes so that we know how strong we get at the end. 149 goes to 209, like 60, nice. Next up is Pilaf Mecha Combined. I think you should be easier, right? Because I'm not fighting multiple opponents at once. Also, I'm gonna fly to deal with you. Now, with this, you can't hurt us anymore. Wait, what? You hurt us. Ow. Basically. Yeah, we're sort of rushing through this a little bit right now, aren't we? 241. 291. That actually gave us less TP than the previous one. And we get a Dragon Ball for free. And the orange gi clothes, so now we're dressed like Goku in the beginning. Or Goku period? I don't know. Oh yeah, it's the book. The book is why that looked weird. Now we got this gi, we got a little bit of our sleeves from our underclothes there. Oh yeah, and we had a little bit of blood on our chin because we took a beating to the face, I guess. I do like how this mod will actually showcase some of the damage you take. It is a nice touch. Anyways, 291 is where we're at. Tournament announcements. We're done with the Emperor Pilaf Saga already. It was just a handful of fights and finding Kame. Roshi mentions that a tournament was announced and he suggests you to enter. Quarterfinals. You and many other fighters have managed to enter the finals of the tournament. Defeat your first opponents, Bacterian, who I believe is our first little jump. It's definitely stronger than the Pilaf gang. We're still going to attempt it now without any real boost, but Bacterian, oh, you have a lot of health. Here we go, ha ha ha. Never mind, it's been a while, I forgot how some of these fights go. Yeah, that is not our jump. 291. 396. Okay, the TP gain's a little bit better than I thought it was. And here we fight Yamcha again. Oh, here's our jump, actually. I think flying in this original tournament's probably not fair, but sure, I'll do it anyways. Oh, Yamcha's attempting it, although his is more like little jumps. Ow! Oh, really? That was sneaky. Last second, blast me in the face with an energy ball. Fun. Rude. Yeah, we hit our first jump. And now I've got to wait 40 seconds because I can't make it so that I can just revive instantly for free. I mean, I could use the command for it, but yeah. We could. Now we're gonna save Snake Way for later on. Snake Way is going to be a thing, but that's going to be a thing in a little bit. Can I instantly drop to? I feel like there's a way to instantly drop to, like, 0%, but I don't remember what it is. I'm gonna go back to 5% so I'm not wasting all my energy. I'll see you back in the overworld so we can attempt Yamcha again. Okay, back in the overworld, ready to fight Yamcha again. I think we can just fight you anywheres, right? It doesn't specifically have to be at Roshi House. Yeah, we can just fight you again. Let's spend some points, shall we? Constitution, you're going to get 5 points. I have a chunk of TP. I technically could get the most basic of Blast, I think. We'll save that for later, basically because I don't remember how to make and use Blast right now, and I'm gonna have to refamiliarize myself with it. Spirit, might as well put 5 points in that to get a little bit more ki going. 5 more points in Dexterity. 5 more in Strength, I guess, and this has yet to go up. Why is the cost for this not going up yet? I thought it was supposed to jump by now. Oh well, 5 more Dexterity points, I guess. Base defense of 5, 2 melee damage. We just got Legendary, even though we can't use it right now. Okay. So if we actually get our next form when we have that ability, we'll be able to use Legendary, which is cool. More. What's in here? Friendly Fist. That's important if we're playing multiplayer. I can wrap my tail around me as a belt, although... What button did I use to that? That's like this. You can stay over there. Oh, no. I'm pressing every wrong button right now. I don't even remember who you are. You're like an android robot thing or something like that. Major Metallotron. Cool. Dang it, I got your attention. Let me go find somewhere safe to actually fight Yamcha, shall I? This should do. Eat up. Charge up to full. What's our current form mastery? 6.3. That's slowly going up. But I almost doubled all of our stats. Let's try fighting Yamcha again, shall we? Rude that you get that instant hit on at us. Did I go too far? I guess I still have a lot to learn. I think I went too far. Whoops. Also, you just how strong I've become. I guess that's what happens when you double all of your stats, basically, but after a loss. 188 to protect. 208, 120 points, nice. Jackie Chun. It's totally, that name's totally not based on anyone else, right? Anyone real world? I'll show you what a true martial artist can do. Oh my. 238. 373. I am going through this a lot easier than I thought I would. Although I am almost dying after a lot of these fights. Let me heal back up for a moment. Cool. I wasn't expecting to rush this many so quickly, but Jackie Chun's going all out now. Oh, he's big and muscular now and does a lot of damage. You gonna launch an energy blast at me? Ow, I was blocking and that still did 50 damage. Ow, ow, ow. I feel like all this eating's probably cheating in a tournament setting, but oh well. Gotcha. Not bad. 403 becomes 553. Yay, 150. And apparently, after doubling my stats to make it through Yamcha easily, and then fighting basic Jackie Chan, a bigger Jackie Chan still almost kicked my butt, so... Yeah, there are a number of, like, massive jumps in the story missions that you have to go over. Up. Ow. Creeper. Goodbye. Anyways, after the defeat of Jackie Chan and winning the tournament, the Red Ribbon Army shows up. After you have won the tournament, the Red Ribbon Army has started to make their move. They are interested in gathering the Dragon Balls. Be sure to look out for them. You have ran into the Red Ribbon Army's territory and got attacked by their men. Kill Colonel Silver is our next target. No, we have a couple more minutes. Might as well just keep going, shall we? Colonel Silver. So you're looking for the Dragon Balls as well, huh? Oh. Yeah, remember how I said they're jumps? Yeah, the jumps work both stronger and weaker. Like, you never know which fight is going to be harder, this one or the next. A giant person comes out to face you. Be prepared. Major Metallotron. Stop, intruder! Oh no, I ran under the lookout. I think the lookout starts messing with things when you try to spawn things near it. Now I'm gonna have to run away to a point where it can despawn and it can spawn in a new one, basically. Oh, there we are. Major Metallotron. Stop, intruder. Basically just stand and fight. Bzz. I took a little bit more of a beating there than I thought I would, but oh well. As long as I have food, I can keep fighting, is basically the gist of this mod. Anyways, Major Metallotron. 753. 948. What is the next one? I can basically just keep going forever. A ninja tried to take you out by surprise. He is most likely searching for the Dragon Balls as well. Kill Ninja Murasaki. Okay, you have a little bit more health, and I think you do a little bit more damage, but not enough. So far, Jackie Chan is the pinnacle of this mod's damage base. Like, strong Jackie Chan is the most dangerous thing we fought. 988. 1198. Ooh, nice. And we stole his sword. We just straight up stole the sword. Cool. Bye-bye, Diamond Sword. We're never going to be using you again. Although the sword doesn't even matter much. This thing puts 14 damage on whatever we do. Which is only going to be good until our strength hits like 50. And we're already at 20. Like, very soon, 14 damage means nothing, borderline. But anyways, more androids. An advanced android has been released with the intention of taking you out. Kill Android 8. Yeah, I'm doing 44 instead of the 30 I was doing before. It just saves me a couple of swings. I don't want to hurt you. Thank you. of 88. Yeah, I doubled my stats a little prematurely, and now more or less nothing is bothering me at all. You were caught in a trap, which released a giant creature. Let's hope that it is friendly. Defeats Booyan, 1443. Oh, hello there. Oh, here's the next power jump. Interestingly enough, I think there's a way from... Ow. That... It does 50 damage, and technically I can hit it without it hitting me. Also, it is stuck in a tree. I think I've got this fight if I'm careful. Ow, ow, ow. Problem is, I am not being careful. Let's eat steak instead of bread. Steak is better. Oh, that was dangerous. That was close. Eee, basic. I love how a lot of these are just like random noises. It's kind of funny. 1473. 1713. Ooh, Constitution now has a base 1.1. Is that because base mastery is getting up, or is that just because I'm at 50%? I'm not entirely sure. Defense is at 50 when I block now, which is pretty good. Passive is only 9. Passive, you kind of want to be pretty high, because that's just means that any hit you get has that amount of damage, or that percentage, I'm not entirely sure, automatically taken out of it. They're using the right click blocking isn't always easy, because you need an empty hand to access it. So it's a little tricky to use in the middle of the fight while you also have to eat and use weapons and whatnot. But I need to heal up. You know what? We probably have enough time. We're going to finish the Red Ribbon Army arc. I think it only has a couple more in it. And I think we're basically into Z. Like, I think we managed to do most of the original series in one. Kill General White. You are weaker than Booyan. Ha, I guess I have no choice but to surrender. But how? Because you're weak. 1785, 2080, 2040, and another free Dragon Ball. Nice. And is that the end of the Red Ribbon? Not quite. We have General Blue to take on too. And then there's probably one more. I don't remember how many generals there are. It's been a while. Can I enter the lookout? Yes, I need to go a little bit more this way. Let's defeat General Blue. General Blue. We have yet to run into many major problems. Baby zombies. Even when I'm basically Superman, I still see baby zombies and jump. Anyways, a different general came to take you out. This one seems much more powerful. General Blue. Uh-oh. Ow. You eat a senzu. Got you. Ah. You little runt. Ow, that was painful. The only reason I survived that is because I used one of my senzu beans. Speaking of which, I should go get another one to replace it. 2100 becomes 2370. Nice. How many more fights are left in the Red Ribbon Army Saga? I don't remember. I thought we were just about done with it, but it sort of just keeps going. Because we still have at least one more with Mercenary Tao is the next one. You know what, this is probably going to be another one of the points where I'm going to end up having to up my stats, because I think Tao is pretty tough. General Blue is taken out easily by someone who seems to be from their side. Kill Mercenary Tao. Ow, I'm already dead. Do you have any last words? I'm already dead, I think were my last words. Okay, I forgot about Tao's existence, and I forgot how strong Tao was. Huh. We barely won against Blue, and Tao is just like, is pretty handily stronger. 5 extra dex. 5 extra con. I know I didn't double click there. I think that was a base mastery taking effect, giving an extra point when you hit a certain threshold. Oh yeah, speaking of which, willpower also has an extra point in it now. I think I'm starting to hit the point where this makes a difference. Let's just stack another couple points into mind. Now we hit the threshold where this is going to start going up. Let's put 5 more strength points in. I don't want to double my strength and end up going too powerful again, but I think that's probably a pretty good place. So, we're a little bit stronger now, Tao. We're gonna give you one more rematch, and then whether or not that's the end of the Red Ribbon Army, probably end it here. Oh, come on. Oh, yay, no, I lost. Red Ribbon Mecha. Interesting, I don't think the mechas are part of the story mission, but they are directly related to the Red Ribbon Army. Unless one of the later missions has you fight a bunch of them and I don't remember. I am trying to fight things that are not you. Also, I am quickly getting too strong for basic enemies like the Selkies and other Grimoire of Gaia enemies. I keep forgetting I don't have a button keybind for my backpack and trying to find what it is and without knowing it doesn't exist. Anyways, let's try fighting Tao one more time. We're a little bit stronger now. You know what? I should probably be in turbo mode for this fight, but oh well. Oh, I still lost. The fact that it still takes the pace of Steak is super rude. Huh. I don't want to get too powerful too quickly, but I don't know how many points I actually need to put in. Huh. Let's put Dex up to 35. Strength up to 30. I clicked one too many times. I saw it hit 30, but I didn't hit the button 5 times. Also, this is going up very quickly all of a sudden. It sent so long at 16, and now it's suddenly up to 35, even though it was just 20 before I hit it a moment ago. Still waiting on that, huh? 5 more points in spirit, I guess. That's not going to help in this fight, but I do want extra ki. 10 more mind. And that'll do for now. Revive. I'm probably focusing on the wrong things to actually beat Tao. I'm going to beat Tao. I'm going to see if this beats Tao, and then I'm going to call it here. I know I literally just said that before fighting him the last time, but I want to at least beat him before we end off. Mercenary Tao. Ow, you still do so much damage. Enter turbo mode, please. Okay, you do about 50 damage when I block. Ow. For some reason, my block just stopped working there for a moment. Ow. 80 damage on a non-block, basically. Ow, except for the fact you just did 110 through a block right there. And I'm beginning to think my block isn't actually doing anything right now. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to end up having to play these a bit more strategically, huh? Like, that was the first... Go away. That was the first time I fought him seriously instead of just rushing in head first and hoping not to die. That time I actually used my block and fought him a bit better. Also, Ki Blasts are going to become very important very quickly. I just need to remove the B button keybind because I do not need that. 1280. Goes up to 1565. Nice. Oh yeah, end of the Red Ribbon Army. The Red Ribbon Army must be taken out as soon as possible. They are too much of a threat to the world. Actually, this might be the end of it. I think there's a couple of group fights and then it ends, so... Oh, ow, you do a lot more damage than I realized. Oh, I got cocky there. I saw a bunch of, oh, you're just weak single enemies. You won't be able to do much to me. I can just take you all on at once. and then promptly got shot in the face and died. A lot. Shot in the face a lot. Yeah, we visited Yama. I got overconfident. I was able to beat those first few enemies like it was nothing. Then I died once and started powering up. And they went more or less fine until Tao. And then died. Like 5 times in quick succession. Oh my goodness. Anyways, looking at the time, that's probably a pretty good place to end things off. Next time, we'll continue on with the story. We almost certainly will... I say almost certainly will reach Z tomorrow. You know what? The Red Ribbon Army is not the end of the original series. I think there's the King Piccolo arc or whatever that has another tournament built into it that we'll have to go through first, and then we should be into Z. And we'll be able to go through a decent chunk of it. It's just a question of how much do I have to power up for each fight. I think for a large chunk of it, I'll have to power up a couple more points before the end of the Red Ribbon Army, but that should be fine. Actually, let's put strength up to 35, dexterity up to 40, con up to 25. I now no longer have the 1.1 times, I guess. I passed the threshold where I qualify for it somehow, not entirely sure. But yeah, we'll probably be able to beat the rest of the Red Ribbon Army now, no problem. I can actually revive now. And then we'll continue on with the rest. But for right now, I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and I hope to see you next time. So, without further ado, take care, everybody.